New at 6, could dogs help end the COVID-19 pandemic? A canine organization has trained dogs to smell and detect COVID-positive samples. The breakthrough could be used for screenings before large events and gatherings. Investigative reporter Evan Watson shows us the dogs at work.
Let's go, buddy.
You know about dogs that can detect drugs.
Let's go.
Or explosives.
Let's go to work.
Introducing Dexter, Miles, and Blade, the first class of COVID detection dogs for AK9I, an Isle of Wight canine training organization.
I met it with a lot of skepticism. The dogs proved me wrong. Good boy.
James Overton, a dog handler and AK9I's business development director, says this is new territory, using dogs for infectious disease control. They discovered someone who has the virus has a different smell.
We didn't actually train the dogs to find the virus itself. We trained the dogs to recognize the change in the body odor from somebody who's infected versus non-infected.
So how's it work? People would use a piece of gauze to swab for saliva in their mouth for about 10 to 15 seconds. They'd place that sample in a tube.
Come on, let's go.
The canines then make their run and alert to their handler,
Find it.
often by stopping and sitting.
Good boy.
So the dogs are able to detect a COVID-19 positive sample among a group of negative samples.
With an astonishing accuracy rate. They're between 90 to 94% accurate.
For months, Overton and AK9I have worked with Bon Secours and Centera Healthcare to get COVID-19 positive and negative samples for the dogs to train. Jan Phillips, VP of Nursing at Bon Secours Mary Immaculate Hospital, says it's a program that nearly every patient and all staff members have supported.
Something good that can come out of something that has been truly stressful.
To test the findings, AK9I conducted a blind peer review trial.
Find it.
The dog handlers didn't know which sample was positive, and a group of medical professionals, vets, and canine officers judged the results.
The talent that these dogs have, none of them missed that day. It was 100%.
Overton says the canine screening would be ideal at big events, for checks at concerts, stadiums, schools, amusement parks, or cruise ship boarding. It would be a third option, in addition to proof of vaccination or negative test results, to keep the community safe and the economy open.
The speed at which the dogs are able to do this, it allows us to be able to do large venues that have a high concentration of people in close proximity to each other, and they can feel comfortable once they're inside knowing that everybody in here has been screened for COVID-19.
He says the dogs would be able to smell if someone is COVID positive but asymptomatic, screening up to 30 people in less than a minute.
It's another way to sort of help ease the burden on the healthcare system.
The venues would then make the decision on what happens if someone's sample is flagged as positive by a canine. Dexter, Miles, and Blade are ready for work now, but they're not the only ones. AK9I just added 5 more dogs to its COVID-19 detection program. Dogs normally assigned to Marine or police programs are now focused on finding the smell of the virus.
And they're just phenomenal. We really don't deserve these dogs. I mean, they're so incredible.
In Newport News,
Ooh, that's a good boy.
Evan Watson reporting for 13 News Now.
Good boy, Dex.
Overton says the dogs have been able to detect different variants of COVID-19 without issue, signaling their ability could have lasting public health impacts even as the virus mutates.